Have a seat. Good afternoon.
All right.
I'm Brandon Johnson, and this is the American Poetry Museum. Thank you for coming out. You know, it's been a year and a half. We won't go into all the what's been going on. First, I want to thank Nasar Abedy on drums, Pete Muldoon on guitar, and Don Pepe Gonzalez on bass. Let me take care of some business. August 21st, there will be a closing ceremony for the exhibit here. Entree in between. The closing ceremony for the exhibit will have Pepe on bass, on drums, W switch, Sammy Miranda, and another poet. And what will be coming up in September 22nd will be, as an exhibit, will be from Shamari Smith. One of the things that I like to do is for us to all take a moment. For the last couple times we've done these readings, I ask you to take about 5 seconds to just think about those people that you miss. So do that now, please. Okay. Sometimes you want to go a little longer. Today, gracing the stage will be Azalea Aguilar. Thank you. And Kenneth Carroll III. That's all right, I'm gonna start calling you Kenny Carroll. I call you young Kenny Carroll. Miss Aguilar is originally from South Texas. She is a clinical social worker and proud mother of 3. Kenny Carroll is the 3rd. Is a native Washingtonian. He is recognized for his stellar work in a number of venues, and he is the author of Making It Home. Today I'm keeping the intro short so that we can hear their work, and there should be more people out here, of course. So when it's over, I want you to go out and tell folks, should have been here. And they will start.
Okay. Yeah! That was all a part of the show, you know what I'm saying? Give you guys a second. So what's up? I'm Kenny. I do poems. I'm gonna read you some poems. And then I'll stop reading you some poems. I'm so honored to be here. Thank you guys for inviting me. So honored to be reading with Azalea. And thank y'all for coming. Y'all feeling okay? Yeah! Cool. I'm gonna just start, because why not? What it's like to be a pianist living with depression, after Patricia Smith. I'm stretched like a string over my bedsheet most days, but I've been finding time to play early in the morning. It feels good, letting my hands do something besides collecting the drip of my head. And pianist is a generous term. My grandmother told me it's easy, and also told me come over and paint her house. So I chose the first and learned to play a song and didn't listen to the kind of music that captures the feeling of falling. I'm still bad at it, but my grandmother came over recently and I played her for Elise, a sweet and disjointed rendition. She seemed surprised and happy, and I basked in it like a child who never learned to stop smiling. Great. Let's just run through these. Okay, this next piece is called Memory, and it starts with a quote by Anis Majani. Rock out like this was the last weekend, like these were the last words, like you don't ever want to forget how. It's muscle memory. Once a body has taken a step, there will always be a fiber of it left somewhere. Once a body has taken a tune, there will always be a riff stuck between the toes. We're all dying this slow dance. Can you even remember the last time chaos leased a venue in your chest? If you leave a space empty for long enough, silence will write itself across the walls. And that's what we'll remember you for. And that's what we'll play at your funeral. And that's what we'll click our tongues in. And that's what we'll play back this. And that's what will rigor mortis you left us. I'm sorry we're all just pictures of flesh. I'm sorry we're all born with 2 feet and an endless desert of hardwood. I can't save you from hunger. All I can give you back is this memory of when your body was not just an assembly of moving parts, of when you were a bonfire, and this paper world curled at the ends just trying to touch you. Thank you.
Nice.
That was 2.
Okay.
I should have gone first. That was fire. Okay. Hey everybody. Bear with me. This is my first time doing this in person, people. I did it virtually during lockdown for my first time. Okay, yeah. Okay, this one's called Salt. The salt that settled rusts over love, stench of smoke in my winter coat, marbles on the dash. Crawl spaces are necessary for survival. Closets will also do. Broken glass and bloody knuckles, sunlight hazy through swollen eyes. She takes her coffee black, bruises to match. Sounds of bacon sizzling say it's safe to enter. Her head hung, just so, say I should speak very little. I can be sure that she hates him, but there are days, moments like these when I wonder if she hates me too. Tell me. I haven't had a clue, a sense, a taste, since I was a young me. Same eyes, same face, forced smile. I can tell you about a time I loved. If I could puzzle all the pieces together, come close. I'll whisper it in your ear. The secret I'm sure he told me as he carried me off to bed after I fell asleep listening to him play. In my dreams, I follow him into battle and we crawl into a foxhole. But there were babies with sweet sweat. She wasn't always battered in a corner. Days could be quiet, like fishing on a lake. I felt incubated in that uncertainty. I can tell you about a time I was certain. Survival is shocking. What one body can withstand, swallowed, hidden, the shame. Days we discovered laughter in the midst of our tears. I couldn't have asked for more. wouldn't change anything. I can tell you about a time that things were simple. I remember a field of flowers along a Texas highway on the way to somewhere safe. Or maybe it was a picture, but I remember my father's hands, his hands in a field of flowers.
Let me know.
I don't know why, but for some reason I was like, I'm gonna have physical paper this time, and it's gonna be great. Shout out Paper. Tree's giving us the best of them. Okay, I'm gonna read two more, because that's what we're doing. This is called The Way I'm Flying. I'm just trying to get over to the hospital, over to the VA. And the driver doesn't say a word, but maybe nods. So dude steps on the bus, but don't even come past the yellow line. He puts both his hands on the rails and he's standing before everyone. And he's standing like these buses wasn't made to make you fall on your face with your back to the street when the light turns green. Shit, always trying to give me a hard time. See, people, and he looks out and his eyes are just shattered glass in a pool of something slick, but the night is too dark to tell what. And he lays these eyes on the people. And whatever people are on the bus did not know they were a people, but now they do. I've walked across all of creation. I mean, every manner of place. I've been up Hawaii, Georgia, Mississippi, and he's listing avenues until I can't tell if he is anymore. See, way I'm flying, I may end up anywhere. And the people realize his hands, which are still holding the railings, are probably somewhere else. Probably still rummaging through a duffel bag off somewhere far from where his mother is or was once alive. Or hooking up with a rifle in some excuse of a war. Or taking a shot of a lover's lips, and he says, see, way I'm flying, you might never catch me again. I got one bus ticket to somewhere south of all this bullshit, and I'm just waiting on the station to open. And I don't know what that means. But the bus starts moving like a funeral pyre, and the people sit back in their seats while this man flickers like a lit match in a thunderstorm. And this woman in the front holding her son down to the seat with her peripheral starts saying, watch my child. And he says, always trying to give me a hard time, and he isn't talking to her. And I don't know if she's even talking to him, but she keeps saying, watch my child. I know she's probably trying to keep the smell of alcohol from rubbing all over the open wound that is a black child's body, but it almost sounds like, sir, I know where you've been. I know you do not come from a perfect home, from hands unburdened by the dirty work of a belt or a switch, but you come from survival. Watch my child, please. At least till he's old enough to know the wrong side of a streetlight. At least until he can be the monster they thought he was. And he says, shit, I know where I'm going. I know where I'm going. I know where I'm going. He keeps saying it till I'm not sure if he's trying to convince us or himself. And it's easy to get lost here, especially after all these years. New buildings, all the friends from around the corner tucked 6 feet under. He's standing in front of everyone, the whole city, a whole alive city and a whole dead city, a city of now and of then. He has that look you can tell he's watching the show, but also peeking behind the curtain, and he says, the way I'm flying, you might never see me again. I try to get the nerve to speak up and say, this city is still the one you grew up in, still the one you left. If you can live past today, I promise it gets better. Come with me. I'll take you to the corner store and get you a water. I'll get you a shirt that says, class of none of your damn business. I'll remember your stories and write them down. I'm a writer. I grow stories in my backyard. We could share a pomegranate. We could survive another night. Please, sit down. Enjoy the ride. But he's already gone. Cool. Thank you. Woo! Poetry is what they call it. Hey, you know, steal it, and then I don't know what I'll do. It's funny. It's funny with intellectual property, y'all can really do whatever. Like, I'm saying this stuff. Like, you can't, but I don't know.
I'm just old. Don't give it away, man.
Don't steal from me. Don't steal from me, okay? Okay, let's go, man. Come on. Capitalism ruined it for all of us. Okay, this doesn't have a title. Niggas be out late for no reason. Kill Mo. The night turns me into some sort of shadow. Kill. Alcohol alive in my belly. Kill. Me and these spirits trapping out here. Kill. Spitting game at streetlights. Kill. Finding ways not home. Kill. Peep the swell of bass around the corner. Kill. Niggas. Kill. Have a whole house burning down with the bass up. Kill Mo. Or a gang of niggas wide awake. Kill. Chewing up silence with laughter. Kill. What's the proper collective noun for niggas? Kill. Assortment of shadows. Kill. Some kind of alive. Kill. Like undead. Kill. Like kill. How you cannot borrow time. Kill. Glasses of something sick. Kill. Make me feel alive. Kill. Make me wonder whose belly I'm alive in. Kill is for DC niggas. Rolling a stone from in front of the tomb. To swig of blood. All blood makes us family. All blood makes us murderers and victims on different nights. Some nights, boys turn feral and hang from the moon. Some nights, boys fall and stretch black into ocean. All blood leads back to laughter before one of us washed away. There has never not been a reason to spill liquor into a sidewalk. Watch your mouth. Don't steal no name that ain't a grave. At the end of the day, Jesus was a nigga in his 30s. We all want to look inside the tomb and find a massacre of heartbeats spilling laughter into hands that hold memories better than we do. Jesus had a mother, and niggas who rode for him, and niggas who hated him, and the night sky like a rash the way it stretched, and when it was time, let that nigga bleed into abyss with no sirens to carry his life back. Kill, at least they remember that nigga. Kill, if you wore every dead nigga's name around your neck, you'd be one. Kill, at least they brought that nigga back. Kill, some niggas never come back. Kill, some nights swallow niggas so silent they might have flown away. Kill, remember me. Kill, remember me. Kill, I remember some niggas best on t-shirts. Kill Mo, some I can't remember at all. Thank you.
No, you're fine. Okay. I got you. Okay.
Let me get it.
Good? Just need to make space for that one still. Okay. Alright, so this is called a pinch and then a burn. Metal surfaces meeting sting at my ears. The ice cold table snips at my thighs. Lie back. Try to relax, someone says. Flips of buttons send machines whirling. They peel back plastic casings, snap gloves onto their hands. You're gonna feel a pinch and then a burn. Try to take some deep breaths, he says. I focus my gaze on the translucent bulbs overhead and try to tune out chatter of staff discussing their weekend adventures. Surgical tools pass from one hand to another. Requests for more of this, less of that. Here it comes, he says. A pinch and now a burn. Breathe. I feel for a place where my hand should go. The ceiling creeps closer. Breathe, he says. Except I've forgotten how. I clench my eyes and I try to shake the panic. A pinch and now a burn. How are we doing? I press the back of my head into the table, trying to make myself smaller, wishing I could melt into the surface. A pinch and now a burn. We're almost done. I smudge the tears streaming down my cheeks with my shoulders. We're all finished. He peels off his gloves, places his bare hand on my naked thigh. That wasn't so bad, was it? You did good, he says with a pat. You did good. Thank you. Okay. This one's called Not Another One. Actually, I need Pepe for this one. Sorry. Woo. I woke to the sound of screaming. The first one. It's my first time doing this with music, so I feel honored and terrified. That's easy. I woke to the sounds of screaming. Women and children running through the hills. Gunshots in the distance. I woke to the sounds of crying. Cradling our youngest in our arms. Reminding the eldest of how strong they are. I woke to the sounds of begging. Daddy with a shotgun in the dark. Mommy sobbing at his feet. They take it all. Our land, our people, our peace. They speak in harsh tones. Put their hands on us. Ask us to speak up, but shut up. Then gun down our babies as they run. I woke in the stillness of this sadness. Silence, crashing, all around. Not another one. When I warn my son to keep his cool, to do as he's told, if ever they come for him, looking for a reason. Know your place is what he's hearing. Stay alive is what I'm saying. Head down, hands up, please, not another one.
That was great. Hey, let's clap it up. It's funny. It took it to the next level. It was, oh wow, presentation. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna read this. Okay, this is called, What Does Wendys Have to Do with It? I wish it was a funny poem. When it comes to burgers and fries, always love Wendys. Thought it was fun how the burgers came in squares and loved the Frosties. Got mine chocolate and used to dip fries, but it was always too frozen a drink, so I always needed spoon or patience enough to wait, which I didn't have, for it to thaw creamy and rich, slow like the building burning. Now, they never had a perfect dollar menu, but who can forget the 4 for $4? That's a deal, like a whole meal right there, and the building's still burning somehow, and it's like, wow. I wonder if the grease had something to do with that. Always thought Wendy's grease was healthier than everybody else's. Always thought Wendy's was healthier in general because the shape of their patties, and it probably had something to do with their never frozen beef propaganda, though I heard that was all bullshit and how they just kept the temperature right under freezing. So, not more cold, more no pulse cold, like never coming back cold, or cold bed left empty, or cold like numb and sick like cold, like sick of all of this shit like death. Not like building cold because the building is still burning and boiling frosty, so Now no one can have Frosties, and it's like, how will we drink the sweet absence of Rayshard Brooks, who is 27, which is these days an unremarkable age to die, but a perfect age for deciding to lay off Wendys, because high blood pressure and diabetes is a real problem in the Black community, so some might call a burning building fucking nothing compared to a beating heart, but the majority of people are wondering what's up with the Frosties. So I will say, Wendys are not uncommon. They have a very dead Black folks presence the way they pop up everywhere. I should mention, in 2018, Wendys put out a mixtape and it cranked and also did not hold the gun that killed Rayshard Brooks. It just stood next to his dying and now it's burning, but I don't even know what fair is in a forest fire. Like, who can hold a Frosty when this whole country is tear gas and scorch marks? Sometimes being Black is feeling like a fire that no one sees. Do you see it now? Sometimes people care for Wendys more than they do Black people. Somebody tell Wendys it wasn't nothing personal. It's terrible. This random violence, it could happen anywhere to any innocent restaurant. Someone burn a Black boy in remembrance of Wendys. Black boys, they don't even have no dollar menu. They just die. They better be off if they bled Frosty. They just die. Always cold like dead, not cold like good, like hollow, not summer, not fire, like cold, drink, like sip, like swallow, like ice cream, like drip, not red, like not like you ever going to see tomorrow. It's the sugar. I can't sleep. I can't unsee a cop and I and me dead with no drive-through to carry back my breath. I can't breathe and it's probably my blood pressure. Too much fucking Wendys. We're fucking burning. We're clotted artery, engorged on peril. I can't breathe and it's not my fault. I keep trying to do this, living, suffocating, but since this country values commodity over flesh, defund the police. Until then, no more fucking Wendys. Okay. Alright, we got this. Okay. I'm gonna stop. Whatever. Also doesn't have a title. In the back of a library, I fumble with my belt buckle. You kiss me and reach down to help. Nothing is coming off fast enough, and we've kissed for so long just to pass the time. But I still want more. You want more, but what if we want different mores? There's a whole strip mall worth of mores, and I'm not sure what I'm asking for yet. My pants are down and your pants are down, and this is when something magical happens. Like my finger clumsily tearing through latex and finding a punchline. Is this how it goes on? I paid attention in sex ed, but there are no more bananas to practice on. I don't tear the second. You want me inside you, but I couldn't carve out enough hallways in your spine to get lost in. This city has hollow bones. I walk the marrow and find my way home. I can't find the entrance. I get lost on my way home often and don't mind. Instead, I call it finding another way. You say, ow, wrong hole. And I know then I don't want more of you. You so beautiful and kind and bending around all of my bullshit. I could kiss you for another 3 days and I'm not sure anything would rise from what's buried in our breath. Cool.
Okay, this one is about my daddy. It's called Meet Me in a Foxhole. Meet me in a foxhole when the lights start to fade at dusk, just over those hills where the wildflowers grow and the sun meets soil. We can sing songs that were passed down to your father from his. Meet me in a foxhole when the story has reached its end, when the words run out, when all that exists are whispers of wind. It'll echo through our bodies with every strum on your guitar. We'll dig up dirt and plant seeds. Mother can manage the rest. Meet me in a memory, ones you recalled when days were long, in the dark, side by side, ready for sleep, staring at the stars. Put a map under my pillow and I'll find us in a dream. Meet me in a foxhole when the lights go out. one, Pepe, but I'm willing to give it a go. I could totally fall on my face, but let's try it. Sorry, I'm using y'all as practice. I was told to do so.
Oh, it's the full band.
Ooh. No pressure.
You're really supposed to be
I got y'all next.
Yeah, come on. My life was camouflaged by butterfly wings. Light brown butterfly wings with golden hues around the edges. A faded photograph of black and white days. Mommy sits in the corner, rocking back and forth, with a cigarette and an ashtray. Daddy sits on the sofa, a guitar in his lap, a beer by his side. You stand behind the torn screen of our front door, watching me watch him. I hear you whisper, one day, you will leave this place. Sun-stained swing set, burned banana leaves. Our windows were a faded shade of brown. Cigarette burns on old guitar tabs. One day, you will leave this place. I can hear you whisper it, even now that you're gone. This life tastes like salt over candy. He offers me cheese with green fuzzy clouds growing off the side, and I learn. Love doesn't go bad. I've heard stories about the fighting. You scoop me in your arms, race to your room, take me to the closet, clench your hands over my ears to muffle the screams. Sing every song you know until it stops. I've heard stories, but I don't remember. I imagine you must have said, one day you will leave this place. I feel your eyes staring at me now, searching for the little me. You used to smell my skin and wipe sweat from my forehead. I believed because you told me, because your eyes said, one day you will leave this place.
No, we charged double now. We was like church at the beginning, right?
How you doing, church? I don't know. A part of me, like a little part of me, every time I get up in front of a mic is like I'm speaking in front of a congregation of black people. Just a small bit of me. Okay, with the band, this is a suite for my grandmother. A suite for my grandmother ending in a resurrection. My grandmother dies on a night like any other. My father lumbers into a room, alive with laughter, lays down his gaze, pronounces his mother gone. I know death like a second cousin, so I cry the polite tears my father doesn't, and he does the grieving for me. And he stands, watching a pair of children who still have mothers sob for his. And a breeze rolls through the room, but it was already cool to begin with. Carol. See, I wouldn't call us beautiful, but always the music. The way no matter how you turned your head away, you can't stop your foot set loose to a good beat. Could know you something serious. Know a nigga well enough to call a nigga exactly what he is. Put a word to the intersections converging at the small of his back. Play it back in Stella sways. Play it back in Stella sways. Play it back in Stella sways. An ode to my grandmother's hands. I remember you, clasped, cornucopia of love, of comfort, of balance, of it's okay child, of flour and frying pan of Cain, of ruler and wrist of pain, of don't go showing off now, of wisdom, of scripture, of blood, of gospel, 2 temples, 2 steeples, unravel them. I'll trace back everything I am in the lines of your poem. I still catch your fingerprints in my father's smile. I watch his hand hover over mine and you spill through the cracks. There is no place you aren't in him. There is no place you aren't in him. There is no place you aren't in me. So, ode to the callous cathedrals, ode to the chapel of flesh, ode to the rough grip, ode to the soft touch, ode to the love, ode to that tear-resistant thumb, ode to the beckoning pointer, ode to that agonizing pinch, and ode to the frustrated knuckle, ode to the cackling bones, ode to the cracking eggs, ode to the meal, ode to the cookout, ode to July, ode to Thanksgiving, ode to Christmas, ode to the holiday and whipping up no way into enough for every mouth, ode to the family, ode to 8 kids and half a husband, ode to Section 8, ode to struggle, ode to hard work saving lives, ode to a hospital for hearts, ode to community, ode to 8 kids that are yours and 100 that want to be, ode to 108 kids, ode to 10 digits, ode to 2 palms, ode to just remembering you and everything you managed to touch. My grandmother is undead. Cedar casket falling upward through the soil, dirt unmasking its wooden face. Doctors unzip the black plastic that never held her like a lover. My father never struggles to decide the words to use. Syllables reverb down his throat. He retraces his steps out the bedroom, out the house. My grandmother's pulse beats back in encore. Her heart's still the reservoir our blood runs through. She walks backward into her apartment and the whole block remembers its debt to pay. And now she is the grandmother I remember. And now she is not. The wrinkles on her skin ironing out all us grandchildren, shrinking, toys disassembling in our hands. She never holds us like a love made of muscle. And now she is only a mother. Her hand still the scariest weapon on the block. My father's ass is unwhooped for the 43rd time. She untouches every heart on the block, unsaves every lost child, uncasts her shadow over every head, and the block begins to sweat. My father's ass is unwhooped for the 19th time. She is not a substitute teacher, is not a counselor. She is not inspiring a legion of women. She undoes the hair of her daughters. My father's ass is unwhooped for the first time. Carpal tunnel retracing its steps out her wrists, out of the apartment. My grandfather undoes alcoholism like a knot, and there's love again. The kind that unlasts itself forever, and now she is no one's mother. My father is just another dream she hasn't had, and now there is a woman who I don't know. I still recognize her eyes. something in their radiance. The way a moon can cast itself into a daylit sky. She dances, and all of our names are the sweat adorning her brow. Play it back, play it back, play it back, play it back. Stella sways, and everything begins. Thank you. Okay, if I wasn't told a lie, I believe this is the last poem, maybe? I don't know what's happening. Let's rock out like it is. You know in concerts where they like, we're done! We're back! Maybe it'll be that, maybe it won't be, who knows? Life is full of surprises. Clap it up one more time for the band, please. Music behind me, making me feel special. Okay, hi. This poem is called "Oh, to Touch What You Cannot Name." I steal words from my father, reach out and grip the hem of someone's something. I brush an arm and later grip my sister's ankle. Most of the days I watch this world go past me like the window of a train car. But to be touched, to be thrown into what is and is not, to be subject to every breath. I have no name for what draws us into one another. I have no name for what gravity isn't. All of the falling into and getting up. I have no word for the far away feeling, to be deserted in a crowd full of people. How a crowd of people become a forest of trees. I touch one tree. I admire one person, one other body willing to try. We have named fear in 1,000 ways. It is everything in between us. I'd call it love, but love is a one-bedroom apartment. And I have a continent of something, of sound. I have a country of somethings and unattainable peace. I have forests of come with me. Come with me. There is nothing between us. No river, no drought. There is only my hand and a mouth full of emptiness. I shape my lips to say, but there is no word for it. But you hear and say it back. Thank you.
Okay. This one's called Resting. I fell asleep remembering your laugh. It blanketed me into the darkness. I felt your hand resting in the palm of my hand. The last year we had together went so fast. Days felt muffled, and then you were gone. You tried telling me so many things. I could see the helpless feeling in your eyes as I rushed from one task to another. I missed it. Never listening, always moving. There was nothing you could have done. The anger enveloped me, simmering at the surface, scalding all who came near. Forgive me. All my words were lost. You were a room away, but I was hiding. Okay, I think this is the last one for today. I don't know what else is gonna happen next. Thanks for having me. It's been an honor. You're amazing. Okay, this is called Home. The place I once called home takes whatever shine is left. Power goes off in the middle of the night. Water comes in slow drips from rusty faucets. Fridges offer moldy cheese and rotten milk. The air sits stagnant in a room and weighs on your chest. Roads lead to places filled of fear. I climb treetops, imagine far away places where the air isn't so salty. At 19, with a newborn, Grandma squeezes hard and whispers, "Don't you ever come back here, mija. Never come back here, ¿entiendes?" So much love in losing. She knows. My sister who sends money for the U-Haul knows. You can't raise this baby there, baby. Decades later, constant news. Girlfriends who smoked weed with me on the Gulf, stared at stars with me from pickup trucks, needles found in their arms, shot by guns they bought for their lovers, and the children they left behind. But I knew them first, when we tried to get lost on roads we'd memorized.